baseball fans, Matt Nadel here of Baseball with Matt, MLB's youngest pro blogger. I am currently in Cooperstown for the Hall of Fame Classic, and I just interviewed some of the greatest hitters, pitchers, and managers in baseball history. Take a look. How did you get the nickname Goose?
My first year in the big leagues was 1972, and I made it out of A-ball, and from Appleton, Wisconsin, and here I am in the big leagues, and I made the club out of spring training in '72, be invited to spring training as a non-roster player, and when I made the club, Tom Bradley, a right-handed pitcher, had a few years in the big leagues, was a single guy. He said, I have an extra bedroom in Chicago. He said, do you want to share an apartment? I said, sure. So after about a week, he called me Goss, and after about a week, he said, I don't like Goss. He said, you know what, you look like a goose. I went, whatever. And so it stuck, and it was how I took my sign. I said, how'd you get that name? He goes, it's how you took your sign off the rubber. He says, your neck gets about this long. He says, you look like a goose, and that was it.
Did you play baseball as a kid?
Started up here, but that wasn't my number one sport. My number one sport was basketball up until my junior year in high school. And then my dad said, listen, you're 5'9", you can't dunk, and if you want to play pro ball, you're going to have to play baseball. And that's when I switched to baseball full time.
When you were on the Yankees, you played with guys like Rickey Henderson, who's actually currently here, and Dave Winfield. How did it feel to play with such heralded Hall of Famers?
It was quite a thrill, and to call them friends is even more exciting and a thrill for me. So it's fun to have my son meet all of them and be here at such a great weekend. Unfortunately, the weather didn't cooperate, but we're still going to go over to the hall and be able to interact with some of the fans that came in for the game today.
Why do you think the statistic of the save was added to the MLB in 1967?
I think just something to give relief pitchers a statistic to to show how good they were, and that's how it all started. A guy by the name of Jerome Holtzman. He's the guy who came up with the save idea, and that was in 1969 when he started it, and it's been that way ever since.
In Game 4 of the '96 World Series, you were down 6-3 to the Atlanta Braves, and you hit the dramatic game-tying homer. What were you thinking before you got up to the plate for that at-bat?
Well, I think that's the thing why I hit the home run. I wasn't thinking. It was a situation where in the sixth inning we had a chance to tie the game with Paul O'Neill and Tino Martinez pinch hitting, and Mike Bilecki struck both of them out, and literally it deflated our whole team, and we felt like that was our one chance to get back in the game. Now we're going to get to Wohlers, and we don't have a chance to win this thing. And I remember turning to Pat Kelly going, at least we didn't get swept, and figured it was over. And then, of course, I go in the game to catch because they had pitch hit for Girardi, and I come up in the eighth inning and I hit the home run off Wohlers. We tied up and changed the complete momentum of that game and the rest of that World Series. And I think the biggest thing that home run did was basically save the job of Joe Torre, and also, George is ready to get rid of the new team and start rebuilding. And I think that home run in the World Series that year kept that core guys together, and they went on to start the dynasty of the '90s. So that's why it became a pretty special home run.
I know you have the most steals in baseball history. Did you have the automatic steal sign every time you got on base?
I didn't have the automatic steal sign at the beginning. You had to work your way towards to getting the manager and stuff comfortable with you. You got to be working yourself for that you're going to be safe most of the time. And then they gave me the green light when they felt that I was had learned how to steal base and learn how to get down there and being safe. And then they started giving me the green light. And sometimes I was forcing the green light. When they did give me the red light and I feel I can beat the pitchers, I just took off. If I was safe, they didn't say nothing. If I was out, I just told them I missed the sign.
As the Hall of Fame president, do you root for any specific baseball team now, or are you kind of just everywhere, just kind of like all of them?
Well, I love all 30 of them pretty equally, but what happens is there's a lot of players I know in the game today, so I tend to root for the players that I have a relationship with and look for their success. And also I always root for guys who have been good to the Hall of Fame.